Today is Friday, and I am doing a project, and I want to bring you guys along with me. I will not have on glasses. Please, when you come in, let me know where you're coming in from. But I am going to turn this table that is an indoor table into an outdoor table. And no, I am not going to use all the right tools. So let's just get that off the bat right now. I'm going to use the wrong tools, but I'm going to get it done. So I want you guys, when you come in, tell me where you're coming in from. Thank you so much for joining me and being a part of our community. We love you. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. So what I am doing today is I am going to take this table and I'm going to add some tile to it. Because right now I have it outside. If you guys saw where Gil was helping me with all my flowers and garden, I had this table right here because it's where I work at when I'm putting flowers in pots and all that good stuff. And I don't want to be on the ground. I don't want to be bending over, so I'm doing this. But what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the difference between a wife and a girlfriend. So I want you to tell me, are you a wife or a girlfriend? And can you be married and be both? That's a good question. So this is the grout. We're going to use this tomorrow. Today we're just going to put the towel. We're going to actually affix the towel to the table. So let me move this out of the way. We don't need the grout today. So I'm going to put on some gloves because I don't want this all over my hands. But as I'm working on this, I want to share something that when we were having our house renovated in Alabama, one of the guys, the electrician, brought someone with him to help him. And we were just talking about the difference between a wife and a girlfriend. And we were talking about, I was saying that for us, I want to help my husband. Hold on, let me get this. I want to help my husband save money. And I don't want to just spend money on everything I see and everything I want. I want to be a good steward. And I was just explaining to him the difference between the mindset of a wife and the mindset of a girlfriend. And so, from my perspective, this is my perspective. This is not the gospel. This is just Renee's perspective. I believe that a wife wants to build and save and be a good steward. And I'm sure that there's some girlfriends, because even as a girlfriend, I was that way. So this is this is like an epoxy, and this is what you use. This is an acrylic epoxy. I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to use this to make the tile stick to the table. And the reason why I got acrylic is because it's outside. Now, y'all, I don't have the right tool. I've already said that. You're supposed to use like a thing that is smooth like this. Well, it's I forgot what it's called. But I don't have that right now because when we moved from Alabama, we got rid of a lot of our tools. So a lot of the tools that we have for all this stuff, I don't have. So don't come for me in the comments. Yes, I am improvising. And if Gil sees this, he's going to have a fit because I never used the right tools. We always talk about having the right tools. But I'm going to use this. And so I'm going to spread this all over the table. And it's working. See, in my brain, I thought that would work. Yeah, so it's working. So we're going to spread this out on the table. And it's going to make the tile stick to the table. I know all the people who do tile are like, oh my God, what is this girl doing? I'm improvising, y'all. But okay, so let's talk about the girlfriend versus the wife. And yeah, now I've gone to using my hands. Yes, I am. It's just kind of fun though. Which one would you consider yourself? Even as a girlfriend, I guess I could say I have always been a very frugal person. And maybe it comes from growing up without a lot. Maybe that's why I'm frugal. But I just believe that we have a responsibility to be good stewards of what God entrusts into our care. And I think that the more you do that, the more you learn the importance of finding value in relationships and people and not in stuff. And so maybe that's why I'm that way. I don't know. But I want you to answer that question. What would you consider yourself? Are you a person that likes to spend a lot and you don't like to save? Because in a relationship, everyone's going to be different. You're going to have a spender and a saver. You're going to have a giver and a taker. But what are you? What are you? And so this project that we're working on, we're outside and we are actually putting tile on the table that is really just a desk. And I'm gonna have to have Gil come in and use some tools and make it, you see how it's wobbly? I'm gonna have him fix that for me. But I just thought that this would be fun to share with you guys. This is the kind of stuff I do. When you wonder, what is that girl doing? Where's she at? The people who know me know I'm always working on something. My aunt calls me the Energizer Bunny. She was like, girl, do you ever sit down? Well, I do sit down. But I just feel like there's something I like at the end of the day, I like to have accomplished something. What about you? Hi, thanks for joining. Tell me in the chat where you guys are coming in from. And if you do tile, I know, I'm probably making you cringe because I'm not using the right tools. I'm sorry, forgive me. But I made up my mind I wanted to do this today and I did not have the right tools because when we sold the house in Alabama, we got rid of a lot of our tools. And so a lot of the tools we would normally have, but we don't. So I'm improvising and it's kind of fun. It feels like paint. So now we got that all spread out. And I'm gonna leave some, like you're supposed to have like these spaces in between this so the tile can adhere. And so I know people who do tile like, girl, what are you doing? But it's gonna work because this is just the glue to make the tile stick to the table. But I want you to tell me in the chat, which are you? Are you a girlfriend? Or are you a wife who likes to only spend and not save? Or are you a girlfriend who likes to save and spend? Which one? Which one are you? Okay, so I got that on there. See, that didn't even take long. So that's the first step, is getting the actual epoxy on the table. Ta-da! Gonna take the gloves off. See, and I didn't get anything on my hands. So proud of myself. Okay, so the next step is to put the tile down. Now, I already had my neighbor to cut this for me, and this was a very economical way to make this table do what I wanted it to do. See, there's that piece down. There's one. I'm so proud of myself. A lot of times you see these projects, you're like, how did that get done? Well, see, now you're getting to see what I do and how I do it. So this is one piece of tile. Now, if you're going to put this someplace where you're going to be eating off of it, I would not recommend you do this. I am only doing this because this is the table where I work on my pot flowers and my plants. And I don't mind. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to be nice. One of my friends, Michelle, says a long time ago, she came up with this. It doesn't have to be perfect to be good. So this is not going to be perfect, but it's going to be good. So I want to talk about girlfriend, wife. What are you? Do you just become a wife when you get married? Or do you have to have that mindset before you get married? And I would say that the mindset that you have as a girlfriend is going to go into the mindset you have as a wife. And it's important that we understand that we have to bring the version of ourselves to marriage and relationships that we would want to spend the rest of our life with. So this is my neighbor across the street. His name is Xavier, and he cut these tiles for me. So he helped me do this project. And when he sees this, he's going to probably cringe and say, oh my gosh, I helped you do that. So then I'm going to put this other piece right here. I'm going to leave room for grout lines. So it's going to probably have some big grout lines. There you go. And the reason why I want to do that is because when I get water on here, I want to be able to have it to have some place to go. Da-da-da! So how you guys think I'm doing so far? See, you would never knew I didn't use the right tools. But we do recommend you do use the right tools when you're doing stuff. But in this case, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not practicing what I preach. I am not using the right tools. Here is another piece of tile. I'm going to turn it the right way. He was really concerned about making sure that, let me turn this around, that they had the same lines on them. But I told him it didn't matter because we were going to basically just put this on there like that. There you go. Look at that. Ta-da! So yes, that's going to be a really big grout line, but I'm okay with that. So now my table. Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm so glad you're here. I'm putting tile on an outdoor table and I'm making an indoor table an outdoor table. And so then tomorrow what I would do is I will actually put grout in here, but you got to let it dry. So you have to, I do know enough to know you have to let this dry before you can put grout in. So I'm going to measure this, and I'm having to cut me some more pieces to go in the middle of this. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing today? So my question is, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna sit down because that is finished, so I can sit down with you all. Okay. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that. But I want to show you guys my flowers, that you guys see how everything is doing. So this is my flowers, and I don't know if you guys remember when Gil. Can you guys see that? Oh, can you guys see that? Let me just turn this around. Let me move so I can come and sit down with you guys and we can talk. If you guys knew how clumsy I was, you would be so scared about me doing this. I am super clumsy. Ta-da! Okay, but I'm gonna lower the screen down, and then you guys we can sit and talk. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I was just on Instagram, and I made up my face on Instagram, but I said that on YouTube, I was going to give you guys an update of look at that. Those are my sunflowers that I planted from seeds, and these are my herbs that I planted from seeds, and those are my flowers that I planted from bulbs, and these are all my flowers that I basically just purchased. I purchased those. I didn't plant those. But I don't know if you guys remember when I was doing Gil built this for me. He built this little garden for me where we have peppers and asparagus growing. And this big planter right here, I planted that from bulbs. So that is a elephant ear, and these little bitty flowers right here, those are some flowers that are going to actually be pom-pom flowers. They're big flowers that are going to be like, I'll show you a picture of what they're going to look like. And then I have watermelon. I know I'm off cue, but I want you guys to see this. So I had an idea to grow watermelon. Now we live in a city, so you can't really grow watermelon the way you traditionally would. But I bought this little thing from Amazon, and I planted the seeds in there, and I've been watering it. And you see that? I have watermelon growing, so I'll keep you guys updated. These two didn't make it. They didn't get enough water. But this one made it, that one made it. And so we, out of the, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out of the 6 we planted, we have 4 that are doing good. So just remember that when you plant stuff, that all of them are not gonna grow. So you have to leave room for error. So, but let's sit down, let's talk. I wanna talk about, I was asking them on Instagram, what is this soft life? So maybe you guys can help me with that. Maybe you guys can explain to me about the soft life, because I don't know. I don't know about the soft life. I've never heard of that. So I just want you guys to enlighten me. Fill me in. Tell me. Share with me what this whole thing is about. I'm going to sit over here. Look. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that hummingbird? Oh my gosh. See, that's why I have a hummingbird feeder right here, guys. Because I want to feed the hummingbirds. Oops. So, hi! Thank you so much for joining me. Let's sit out here and let's have a conversation. And could you guys please explain to me about this whole soft life thing? I want to know. I want you to tell me, enlighten me, school me. Because, there's things that, I don't know about. And y'all do. So, tell me about it. Somebody in the chat tell me about this whole soft life, what it is, what it means. Is that something you aspire to attain? Oh, sorry guys. I know you're like, this girl is driving me crazy moving. Sorry. Forgive me. I'll edit this out. Okay, now, dun dun dun, we can be up close and personal. Because that is important to me. I think it's important that we can be up close and personal and have real conversations about real stuff. So, there. Now, hello there. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad you guys are here. Let's see. Oh, well, someone must have said something ugly because it says this message is held for review. I'm so grateful that YouTube is learning to monitor their community and the things that they say, because you know, of all the platforms, the places where we hear the I would say the ugliest comments, oh my gosh, and it kind of shocks me, is I would hate to say it's YouTube. Because I don't know, maybe if it's not monitored as strictly, but of all the platforms, when we're on and when we're live and we're talking, we get some really, really crazy, really crazy comments. And when people make crazy comments, we won't respond to those, because that's not what this is for. This is a safe place for you to grow and learn about relationships. And so, and normally when we go and look up the people who make those kind of comments, they don't even create content. They're not even doing anything to help and serve anyone. So we're not going to serve them by giving them airtime. So my question is, what is the soft life? Could you guys tell me what it is? Explain it to me, because I really don't know. And then I asked the question, are you a girlfriend or a wife? Because what I realized is, and I think back, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm from Detroit, and Gil and I met when we were 14. We started dating at 14. We got married when we were 21. And I was at the bus stop, because I used to catch the bus to school and to work and all the places I had to go. And I was standing at the bus stop, and this guy, he just walked up to me and he started talking to me. Not close, but he was just talking to me. And he said, "Hey, are you married? Because you look married." Can I ask y'all a question? How does someone 18 look married? You guys tell me in the chat, how does someone 18 look married? But I looking back on that, I don't think it's so much that it was the look as far as the physical attributes. I think it's your presence. I think it's the way you come off. And I think that's something that, as older women, I think that's something we need to begin to share with the next generation, is how to be a lady, how to be approachable but not desperate, how to be available but not, I'm gonna use one of y'all terms, thirsty. Because I don't think that men were designed to hunt. And so if you hunt them, then guess what? That takes away from them doing what they're supposed to do. And so I think back, even maybe when I was 18, I have just always been very settle-minded. I've always been very frugal. I've always liked nice things, but I've never felt like I had to pay a whole lot of money for something because it was going to make me feel more valuable. And I have gone through my stages, don't get me wrong. I have worn it. I have driven it. I have lived in it. I've done all that. And so at some point, you have to realize that your value can't come from external sources. And so I want to make sure that we are here for you guys, that we provide you with a safe place to land, that we can answer your questions. So if you have relationship questions, things you want to know about relationships, we want to be your go-to place. Gil and I don't know everything, but what we do know, we will share. And we want to make sure that you don't have to go to people who don't have, like I said, we have been married for 35 years. We've worked in marriage ministry and served for 19 years. And we've just always had a heart to serve. I mean, even when we were, even in our careers, Gil was a recruiter, I was a hairstylist, so we both have always served people. And so I hope you guys enjoyed my project. I will show you what it looks like when it's finished. I did not use the right tools. I know, I'm sorry. For all you people who do tile, please forgive me. Forgive me. I did not use the right tools. And if you hear all that, like bamming and stuff, that's because we live in a subdivision. It's being built, so they're always building and working. But I want to give you guys an opportunity to ask some questions. How can we help you guys? How can we serve you? What am I making? I am actually putting tile on a table. That's my outdoor table that I work on all my flowers and gardening, and when I get new plants and when I have to repot. So that's what that table back there. Look back there, that's what that table. Yeah, and I'm going to paint it around the edges and stuff too. But I just wanted to be able to find a way to repurpose something that I already had versus just going out. I could have just went out and bought one, but that wouldn't have been fun, you know? And so to me, just taking people out shopping, I mean, anybody can do that. But to show you how to be creative and to show you how to repurpose things, that is my thing. Like, we don't use bottled water, we use the Brita. Because a part of it is you have to think about the next generation and everything that you do. I want my niece and nephew to be able to go into the ocean and not be filled with plastic bottles. So I know that's a small thing, but everybody can do their part. So what else? How else can I serve you guys? What other questions? Tell me where you guys are coming in from. If you're watching now, if you're watching later, please let us know where you're coming in from. And understand that relationships, just like everything else, it takes work. It takes you being open. It takes you being willing to change. It takes you being willing to grow. And one of the things that I mentioned on Instagram was, you know, we always say there's no such thing as marriage problems. They're only individual problems you bring into your marriage. But so far, no one has ever asked me what those things are. So if you ask me what they are, we'll make a whole video on what the things that we bring into relationships are that make relationships unhealthy. Because it's really funny that after working with so many couples, well, it's not funny, it's interesting that after working with so many couples, it's not like you have 50 different problems, because there really aren't. There are probably really only about 4 or 5 that present in different ways. And so even when I was doing hair, I didn't really realize I was doing a 28-year case study on human behavior, on women's behavior, on men's behavior. And so I just think that it's important that you look at your life and realize that if you let God use it, He will. He'll use it. And you can learn so much from just watching your own life and your own story. And so I just wanted to come in here and just kind of share with you guys what I was doing today. And we will not go live on Saturday because I'm sure that after 2 days of facilitating, Gil is going to probably be tired. Now me, I have an extroverted personality. So normally when we're done, I am like on cloud 5,000, and normally Gil is tired. So I have to respect that we're not the same. And so we're not going to go live on Saturday. So this will be like our live. And if you guys have any questions, I'll put this up. But if you guys have any relationship questions, please don't hesitate to ask us. Again, we don't know everything, but we will share what we do know. And guess what? On Tuesday, the singles blueprint for dating and marriage was published. Yay! Hallelujah! Thank you to all the people that helped make it happen. It's not just us. We have people who help us, and we're so grateful for all of them. And we look forward to creating an opportunity to do some book signings in different cities. So if you're interested in us coming to your city, send us an invite. If you have a connection with a bookstore or a church bookstore, please send an email to us at help@richrelationshiprefuge.com. Gil and I would love to come and sign some books and share about the book and just share about the things that we have learned that really help people to thrive in relationships. The app will be available also this month. So we're looking for ways to serve you and get rid of the excuses. Some people say, well, I don't use social media. Okay, so we have a podcast. Or I don't listen to podcasts. Okay, so we have a book. Okay, well, I don't read books. Okay, so we have an app. And then, well, I don't like any of those things. We have one-on-one personal sessions. So however we can serve you, we're here. And we love you and we love serving you guys. And we're so excited that you guys are the most important part of our community. Let me put my glasses on. So who is saying something? Hi, Tina. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. I appreciate you. I always think it's funny. I always say this. My skin is, I love to be outside. So by the time summer's over, I'm going to be about 5 shades darker because I'm normally outside in the sun all the time. You've never heard of it. Okay, well, anything. Oh, you've never heard of the Soft Life? I hadn't either. So maybe this is our generation is on here right now. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being on here with me. Please, 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 please watch our long content. We have 845 videos on YouTube. And we have long content. So please, please, please watch our long content. Subscribe to our channel. Cut on the bell notification so that you know when we're on, so you don't miss us. And then soon you'll be able to go to have our app. So then that way we can be in your pocket. We can give you wisdom at your fingertips. And you can have coaches in your pocket. So we love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you guys. And we will go live on next Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks for watching. And I'll do a little short to show how the table turned out. Thanks for you guys for helping me being here while I did this. And for those of you people who do tile, I'm sorry. I know I didn't follow the rules. I didn't use the right tools. But it's going to turn out great. So love you guys. And I will see you guys next time. Oh, thank you, Angela Robinson. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Charles Xavier. Oh, this person, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I do not want to mess it up. But thank you for all of you guys for joining us. We appreciate you. We love you. We're so grateful for you guys, and we're praying for you. And again, if you have any questions, we are Gil and Renee of the Rich Relationship Refuge. Our desire is to help people have a better relationship with themselves, God, others, and food. So please subscribe and share. Thank you. You have a good day too. Hi, Zen. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, watch our long content. Thank you, and leave comments. Thank you. We'll see you guys next Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Love you guys. Bye.